Welcome to the weekly dose of Emuna for Shabbat Kodesh. Shabbat is a time alone, such a precious time to spend alone with Hashem Yitbarach Be'ezrat Hashem. Let's talk about that today. You know, we can understand why Chilul HaShabbat is such a severe sin, because essentially the message of Shabbat is we say, you gave us Hashem, our God, in love. That's essentially what is the message of Shabbat. That Shabbat itself is a world of love. We realize on Shabbat, Hashem, you really love us. You're close to us. And you're right here with me right now. And I appreciate what a great and wonderful world we live in. Thank you, Hashem, so much for this moment of connection, for this love that we can share between us and you. The whole entire world disappears. There's nothing more, nothing exists. Like that Cheder Yichud, when the Chatan and the Kala are together, Hashem and Klal Yisrael, they're together, so to speak, in the Cheder Yichud on Shabbat Kodesh. What an amazing, exalted moment that we can share with Hashem, and we could say, I don't care about anything else. All I care about is my love for you, Hashem. How much I love you, how much I appreciate you, how much I cherish and honor this time that we have together. And that all I care about is to be with you. And the wonderful message of Shabbat Kodesh is that I'm living in Olam Haba, I'm living in Hashem's existence, in Hashem's embrace right now. That's the amazing message of Shabbat, and that's what I take with me for the entire week. And that's the way we can live in this world every day of our lives, by embracing that message on Shabbat and enabling it to follow us the entire week. And essentially that's the message that we bring in when we light our Shabbos candles. We light our Shabbos candles, and that statement of lighting the Shabbat candles is basically to enlighten our eyes, so that we understand that when we light the candles, we essentially are creating some sort of which we said before, Shabbat comes the word lishbot, to cease. Where essentially when we light candles, that is the moment. A physical act of lighting the candles creates this separation between doing and between being involved in that falsehood of a world where I'm somewhat distanced and have to work so hard, from being with Hashem, where I'm busied with so many other things and I can't cherish the time that I am with Hashem Yitbarach. And when Shabbat arrives, everything else turns into nothingness. Everything should cease, so to speak, to exist. In other words, the world usually follows a certain order of things. Shabbat comes, everything stops. The whole natural order that I'm used to living by 6 days of the week, that ceases to function anymore. That has no relativity for me anymore. And the only thing that should exist for me is me, my time, with Hashem. Hashem is revealing His oneness to me, and I have a chance to be alone with Him. I get to sense the existence of En Od Milvado. There's nothing else but Hashem. And that's why, one of the reasons why the malacha of the 39 melachot, the 39 creative acts that are prohibited for us to be involved in on Shabbat Kodesh, are forbidden on Shabbat, because essentially the way things run throughout the week is not the way they run on Shabbat. The whole world is basically negated on Shabbat, and it's only Hashem that exists. So the whole design, the whole flow of creation, the whole mechanism of life ceases to exist on Shabbos, and it now is on a totally different, elevated, and lofty realm. So Be'ezrat Hashem, when we light the candles, which is such a symbol of intimacy, you light candles when you want to spend a nice sort of, intimate, create an intimate setting with someone or with a group or such. You light candles to create that ambiance. Be'ezrat Hashem, when we light the candles, let's remember that we're now transitioning into a time alone, a time where only Hashem and Klal Yisrael exists. We are within our own existence. We're totally in a different realm of state of being. And Bezrat Hashem, we should be able to cherish that, inhale that, and keep that feeling going for the entire Shabbat Kodesh. Have an enjoyable and wonderful Shabbat to Klal Yisrael.